Hello, welcome back to I Am Commanding Life YouTube channel. I am Rachel, and this is another message in the series Reminders for Life. As you know, we post daily reminders for life on all our social media platforms. You can follow us at Commanding Life. And I wanted to do something that did a deep dive into those messages and just give you a little bit more. If you aren't already following us, I would love or appreciate the follow. Leave us a comment, give us a like. You know the drill. The YouTube algorithm loves that interaction, and I love interacting with you. So if you leave a comment, I'll be happy to touch bases with you. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and even share this message with a friend that needs to hear it. So, without further delay, let's get into today's reminder for life. And after all, I'll expand on it. So, here we go. You cannot fail in life, you can only find. Trials help you discover who you are not, and what is truly important to you. Whenever you feel like you're failing, ask yourself, what can I find? The answer will shift your perspective, open you to new possibilities, and guide you back to your happiness. That's today's reminder for life. Let's sit with it for a moment because most of us, I know I wasn't, we were taught to see life in terms of success and failure. You either got it right or you got life wrong. You either won or you lost. So when something doesn't work out, our first instinct is to label it as failure. But what if that label is the very thing that's keeping you stuck in that energy? What if there is no such thing as failure, only feedback, only discovery, only finding? Think about that. Every experience, especially the hard ones, they reveal something and they show you what aligns and what doesn't. They show you what you value and what you're willing to release. They show you the truth about yourself in ways that staying comfortable or in your comfort zone never could. Failure says, this is the end. But my friend, finding says, this is information, and information is powerful. Today, I want to encourage you to shift from I failed to what did I find? I want you to move out of judgment of where you are and into curiosity of the possibilities that can enter into your life. And curiosity is where growth lives, it's where expansion lives. Think about a time when you thought you failed. Maybe something you invested your time, your energy, your heart into, but didn't turn out the way you expected. At that time, it might feel like your world was falling apart. But if you look back now, you didn't leave that situation empty handed. You found something. Maybe you found your strength. Maybe you found your boundaries. Maybe you found clarity about what you truly want or what you never expected you would find. Or you released limits and you're realizing that you'll never accept that treatment or behavior or that lifestyle ever again. Even in the moments that felt like loss, discovery was happening. I've been there. I remember when I was going through my divorce, and I felt in that moment that I was a failure. I felt that I failed my children, I failed myself. And when you go through life moments like that, there's shame also built in there. And I found myself asking, what can I find? What is this all about? And I found that I needed these reminders for life. I needed encouragement through words. And I found Commanding Life. That's why I created Commanding Life. I created Commanding Life from the hardest moment in my life. I think they call it a dark night of the soul. And that's what asking the question, what can I find? Because I found that I needed something that was not out there. So I created it for myself. And over the years, I've helped so many people because I ask that question. There are people who built entire lives like myself, businesses and purpose from that once what once looked like failure because they asked a different question, because they did not see what they were going through as failure. They didn't stay stuck in the why is this happening to me? They leaned into what is this showing me? Where is this guiding me? What is this revealing to me? And that question becomes a turning point because the moment you start finding, you start moving again. So, what can you do today with this? What can you find? First, I want you to catch yourself when you say, I failed. In the moments that word pops into your head or you think it, I want you to pause right there and gently ask yourself, what did I find? Not later, not someday, in that moment when you think you have failed. I want you to ask. And I want you to step back if you can and write the answer down. I want you to ask these questions. What did this experience reveal about who you are? What did it reveal about what you need? And what did it reveal about the direction you should take? And take some time with these questions because sometimes the answer does not come immediately, but I want you to make it tangible. I want you to make the answer tangible. I want you to make it real. And sometimes I find a lot of people, when they're going through something, they know what they don't want. But I want you to, if that's all you know, is that you don't want this experience again at first, but at some point to make it real, I want you to define what you want. I want you to use, the third thing is I want you to use what you found. Discovery without action keeps you in the same place. But when you apply what you've learned, and sometimes what you learn could be as simple as I don't want this, but I want this. I don't like this, but I prefer this. Remember, life is about sifting and sorting, and we are given moments in time to sift and sort our life in real time. So that's what can I find? It's focus not on what you don't want, but what you want next. And I want you to remember that don't just stay stuck in what's not working or what didn't work out or what you felt you failed, but remember to focus on what you can find next for yourself. I find that when I was going through the divorce, the thing that kept me going was having to dream new dreams, create a new version of what my future looked like. Because if any of you have been through a divorce, or most failure is about basically losing the vision of something you had, right? And it didn't work out. And I find that when we find a new vision, it keeps us moving towards something new. So it's very important to find a different version of your life, and don't just look at it as I failed. And it's okay sometimes to kind of, feel disappointed it didn't work out. But at some point, you have to move past that disappointment, because finally, I want you to give yourself grace. My friend, you're never behind. You are never off track. You are in the process of becoming more aware, more aligned, and more intentional. And that's what I mean by what can you find. Be intentional about what you do next. I like to say, I always tell my kids, there's always more. So a little failure doesn't mean that your life is final. Right now, you are at a place where you can define your next chapters. You can find a new dream to dream. And that, my friend, is not failure. That is growth. So I encourage you to grow. I want you to repeat this declaration with me. I want you to say these words. I do not fail. I find. Every experience is working for me. I am learning, growing, and becoming more aligned. I release the need to judge my journey. I choose to stay open and curious. Everything I do is leading me closer to myself and my truth. I trust my path, and I trust what I am discovering. And those words will help you. I want you to say them, repeat them, and I want you to embody them. Again, I remind you, you are never failing ever. You're always finding, and defining what you want next. That's it for today's reminder. Thank you so much for listening to this message. If you want more content like this, every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm going to drop a video like this. There's other videos on our channel. I hope you check it out. Again, give us a follow, give us a like, leave us a comment. And as always, we appreciate you being here. As always, my friend, many, many blessings to you.